Good morning. It's Tuesday morning, 28th of March. It's Ricky Patton from DataBasics here doing the third DataBasics webinar of 2017. Now then, we've still got quite a few people logging in. It's a flight webinar, so lots of popularity here. Expect probably more than a dozen people will jump in this morning and maybe some more. Really good. Oh, lovely, beautiful sunny day here, and you know, might be able to show you a little bit of that later on in the presentation. Just some housekeeping first. We'll be going for around about 30-40 minutes. There's quite a bit of content today. We are going to be concentrating on the Flight LHR, that's London Heathrow release. It was done in February 2017. Here at DataBasics, we thought the PHL, that's a Philadelphia release done in December 2016, was pretty awesome. The February release absolutely bowled us over, so we're going to have a great time this morning showing off all of the great new features in Flight. So yeah, maybe we'll go to 40 minutes, but you know, I do try to keep these webinars pretty sprite and down to around about 30 minutes. There's some handouts. There's our new digital brief you might want to grab. We also have a PDF from Canto about how Slack and Flight integration works. Really good. Slack, as you probably know, an Australian product from Melbourne. I can see one of the chats from Lonely Planet. Well, David, you can just walk downstairs and talk to the guys at Slack. You know, a really interesting product. We've moved to it here entirely at DataBasics. It's a messaging system. But what's really cute is that you can integrate between Flight and Slack. You can use Slack as your reporting portal for any modifications you make to a Flight solution, and you can also share content into Slack from Flight. Really great. Okay, and everybody that's registered today will get a copy of the webinar sent out to them. Of course, here you see on the screen, we've currently got the blog showing. Entra will update this probably later this afternoon, so you will be able to go straight to the blog and view the webinar. It'll be up on our YouTube channel we use for our webinar. Now then, this is the third webinar of 2017. We started off doing the PHL one, then we did one for the fast-moving consumer good marketplace, generic digital asset management webinar. This will be the last one we do before Easter. There's just a whole lot of things happening and people are going to be busy. We will start again in May. We are looking at doing a project, Entra and I are going to go along with, coming up with people's top likes in digital asset management, maybe your top 10 most favorite features that you want in your digital asset management solution. Maybe we'll do a couple of webinars on that. Maybe we'll do some blogs. Maybe we'll do some surveys, and then we'll come out with a paper later on in the year. This sort of follows along from our top 10 mistakes, which is of course very popular webinar and blog setting. Now then, and then we'll probably do one for the end of April release of Flight, which is Charles de Gaulle CDG. So we'll be doing those in May and June. Okay, and I reckon everybody's got their seats and ready to go, so we'll jump straight into the webinar. Okay, and so this is our blog page. I'm sure you all know how to get to there. Just databasics.com.au, just go up to blogs, and you'll see what's new in Flight is pretty much sitting up the top of the list here. We're going to be going through all of these different topics here. These are what we think are the main features in Flight. We're going to start off by looking at mobile accessibility. We're going to look at the video trimming and move on from there. And there's going to be some user participation. So just before we get anywhere, if you all have a look at this URL up here, right, it's really all you need to know is down to that part there. You can just go to our website if you want to, and the Flight page and the Flight demo, because we're going to be showing some live Google Analytics later on. So I'm looking for some user participation from the audience. So you might want to start looking at that, but we'll be getting to that. That'll be the last thing we'll do around about 10:30 or so. Okay, and so the most significant thing about the LHR release is the mobile accessibility. This was Canto's big topic of LHR. So with that, I'm just going to swap my screen to showing my iPad. Okay, so this is my iPad here. Now then, real significant difference here between the mobile interface for Flight and the desktop interface for Flight. It's doing device detection, so you'll see things like down the bottom of the screen, you see here the smart albums, you see a whole different interface. And of course, if I spin it around like this, you'll see that the interface adjusts entirely for the smart device orientation. On the blog also shows this happening with different types of device, like Android devices beside the iOS device, and it's all really good stuff. So just some very obvious things here. You see the controls in the top right beside my menu there, so I can go into filters. So filters now use the whole screen. So if I go and look at landmark images here, we'll see that we've filtered on landmark images there. Clear that, and we can go turn that off. And we can go and look at different viewing settings. So we can look at the square thumbnail viewing settings here, or we can swap around and have a look at the list view here as well. It's off this top menu there. We can also, I'll just swap back to the thumbnail viewing option there. We can also look at the different sort dates here. So if I want to sort from oldest to newest, I can do that as well. All very simple stuff, and yeah, the interface for an iPad quite different. You can also see if I go into the select option here by clicking on the tick, right, and start selecting assets like this. You can see down the bottom I've got cancel and select all, and then the different actions showing in the top right. It's similar, but is not identical to the desktop interface, and rightfully so. It is optimized for using on a iPad, which is really great. Over here, of course, we go over there, we go and see our folder and album structure. And what I wanted to show you is, okay, we can take a photo, and let's go and take a photo. So this is looking out the window, and you can see the weather here in bright sunny Cairns. Great. Okay, use photo. Right, great. Okay, and so that's how the iPad used. We can add some different keywords here, like this, and we can give that an approval ratus, and we can down here. And this is another feature. It will come up, I think it's the two features in front. We can go and add an album here straight from the interface. So I can go into locations, Australia, go into Far North Queensland. Great. Okay. Great. Apply. Right, and that's uploading. Great stuff. Right. So fabulous new interface there. It really suggests you explore Flight on any of your different devices. It's really, really great. Okay. All right, so that's feature number one, is the mobile accessibility. And I'm just going to swap back to my main screen here. All right, so we've gone through back to the blog, mobile accessibility. These screenshots are taken off smart devices like phones, right, which is really great and quite awesome. The top one on the iPhone was taken off a 5C, I think. And you can see there, the interface is working perfectly, even on a what you call a screen space challenge device. And you can see further down on the left, iOS, we can upload all of the different types of files. On the right, Android has access to different types of files. Excellent stuff. Great. Now then, next awesome feature, video trimming. Now then, look, I've got to point out here, this is inbuilt in the base product. If you are currently using Flight, you can do video trimming. You get that mobile accessibility. This release, like all other releases, 5 releases a year, rolled out to all users of Flight. And we find that's a really significant advantage to our user base, is that there's no stuffing around trying to get upgrades or anything like that. You get these upgrades as soon as they're released, and you can start using them. Video trimming, most other vendors would charge you extra for this, but you get this out of the box here. Okay then, so how you do this? So I'm just going to go to one of our favorite videos here. Everybody likes to see Ricky being set alight. Okay, so let's go to advanced options, and you can choose, original file. We can do transcoding down to a low res, or we can do a trim. Right, now then, so if I just start clicking the play button there, you can still start seeing the video playing, and I'm going to grab it from right about there. Okay, and you see the bottom mark here, that's showing the play there, so I can say, okay, I want to trim it from around about here. Let's just move that down a little bit. Yeah, okay, from around about 6 seconds, and keep on going, and then I want to get it from around about here. Okay, so you can see that that has come along to about there. It's just over 6 seconds. Right, okay, perfect, just around about 6 seconds. That's what I want. It's going to go from 6 seconds into the video, and it's going to go forward 6 seconds. If you are wondering why we can't have round numbers, it's got to do with the encoding rate. You cannot just go from 6.0 to something else. That's not the way the video is being made. Okay, and hit the download button. Spinning beach ball for a couple of seconds there. That's why the Flight backend server is slicing up that video for you. So these video trims are made live time, and then that will be downloaded to my machine any moment. Here we go. You can see that's being dropped down there, and if I swap my screen around again, and is it going to show? Is it going to show? Yeah, no, it's not going to show, but I've got QuickTime Player showing my 6 second video, all being trimmed down. I can't, with the GoToWebinar, it doesn't seem that I can swap my screen around to be showing. Right, okay, all right, so yeah, it trims the video and it downloads it to you, which is really great. So that's video trim before download. Very powerful, and everybody we talk to, the standard answer is, are you going to have video? Everybody is having video. There is nobody doing digital asset management and only doing images these days. It's all heavily video orientated. All right. Selecting an album during upload. Well, we saw that working on my iPad. That was really great. It's a very simple sort of thing here. It's an interface improvement, and we must admit there are a whole lot of other little bits and pieces that Canto have done with the interface. One of my favorites, see, if I just hover over the top right of the sunflower, and you can see this is how I select an asset. See, now I've got it selected, it's got a tick. Others that are not selected have got a hollow circle. Canto was using a dimmed tick before. We got some feedback saying people weren't happy with that. So okay then, now we've got hollow circles, really good stuff, great. That now. So upload file, I've got a little file here. It's here we go. Good morning, everyone. All right. So you can see I'm starting to upload this file here. We saw it just before on the iPad, but here in the pre-filler dialog box, click the little triangle beside and even more, and you can go and select one or more albums that you want to add this to. So we want to add this into Adventure, and we want to put it into Location, Australia, and Brisbane. Great, 2 albums, okay. So that's been added to the upload interface of Flight, so you're now adding content into albums. Of course, you can drag and drop it. I click the upload file button because, quite frankly, that's what works best when you're doing a webinar. If I go and do a drag and drop, you don't see that actual action happening in a webinar. If you're doing drag and drop, you can drag things straight over into an album. So I can drag a file off my desktop and drop it straight into an album, like the action album over here. The pre-filler window will still pop up, and if you want to add that to multiple albums, you can do it in the one pre-filler interface, which is great. Okay, right, back to the blog. Right, so that's select album during upload. Now then, this next feature, direct URLs for preview and download. This feature by itself is perhaps the most significant feature in the release. Now then, I know all of the mobile accessibility was Canto's main target, but we're seeing so many people wanting to do some level of integration with Flight and some other system, being a CMS or an ERP or whatever. Now, what Canto has done with direct URLs, and let me just show you how this works. So say if I grab that image up there and just go here to the metadata for it and just scroll down, we can see the direct URLs. So this is the file I just uploaded, and you can see it's in the 2 albums. It's good stuff. Now then, if I wanted to now put that image onto my website, and I'm using my web CMS, like is it WordPress, is it Drupal, is it whatever, I can just say I want the original file. I just copy to clipboard here, go over to my web CMS interface and pop that into my web CMS, and the image will display. Now then, Entra, and we must thank Entra for creating all of our blog and website at the moment. She's doing a fabulous job here. She uses WordPress for our blog and our website, and you can see she's done exactly that here. So in this screen here, this is from WordPress, and this is how you insert an image in WordPress. She inserted the URL, she put in some text, and it was on our blog. And it's this image here. Right? So that image there, if you were to go to our blog and look at the source, you would see this is code. We're not actually referencing directly that image. It's referencing a direct URL out of Flight. Now, not only can we do images, we can do videos. Right? So this is the same thing here. Daniel and Jack, and just let me do an introduction for all of you people. We've got the team at DataBasics expanding. We've got Daniel and Jack now here. They are really our Flight experts. So if anybody wants to call up and get some more information about this, just ask for Daniel or Jack. Now then, here Daniel did this. And he basically put together some source, which is basically referencing the video. So that's going over here, back here. So you just go to a video file here. Let's go and look at the information. Go down to the direct URLs. It just provides you the low-res MP4, copy to clipboard. Now that's really interesting. We had a customer come to us who's uploading a whole range of different videos, and they wanted to know about a whole process to convert the videos into something suitable to put on the website. Well, actually, the direct URL does it in one go. And obviously, it's the sort of file format you want to have playing off your website. So that's why we do a low-res MP4. You don't want to try viewing a high-res something else format on a website. It's not going to work. Okay, so he just copied that to clipboard, and he's put in some source there. That's just some HTML5 stuff there, and handed that off to Entra, and Entra added that to the website. Here is the video, and here I am on the blog, and I can just click the play button. Okay, you can come to the blog. It's actually the audio is playing in the background. You don't get that on the webinar. And so I've now placed the direct URL from Flight onto my web CMS, and it's playing video. And Canto provide that for you at no extra cost in Flight. That is so cool. Normally you'd have to do something like have a YouTube or Vimeo account, put in the URLs. You'd get advertising. You'd also get a whole lot of things like those products try to redirect you somewhere else. No advertising here, notice, right? No advertising. Absolutely perfect. Just out of the box integration with a CMS, because what we're really saying is you just go here, copy to clipboard, swap to your CMS interface, and paste it in. Like so easy. And that's why we think that this feature, direct URLs, is absolutely awesome, really significant, and over time will be a feature that we hope you all start using and really benefit from. Okay, next one down. Right. Hyperlink terms and conditions. Right. So this is to do with the digital rights management. So some simple examples here. If I just go to my favorite totem image over here and go to digital rights management here. So this is how, when the digital rights management was first created over a year ago, the terms and conditions was made into a web link. Right? And the idea was that you would have somewhere on your website or another website or whatever terms and conditions, you could link that there. Great. Okay. Now, what Canto has got, and if we go to this one here, is that people want to do something else. Here, we've pasted in a large block of text. allows you to use the terms and conditions field in either. You can pop in a large block of text, or you can put in a URL, really up to you. Now then, how that works and what I've got to do, I've just got to log out here. And whilst I log out and things, I will just check. Nobody's, okay then. How is activated, so it shows on its info page. Right, I'll come back to you there, Nigel. Just let me get back to that. That's a question about how those direct URLs show. Don't let me forget, folks. Okay, now then, if I just go over to here. Right, this is another login. Just fix this up. Good, okay then. Right, so I'm going back into the same portal. I'm going as a consumer because just a little bit of now. I was logged in as an admin. An admin doesn't see all of the digital rights management. Everything the digital rights management is targeted towards consumers and contributors and other users. So if I now do a download of my Sunflower, okay, here, right, we get the I agree to terms and conditions down here. If you click on the terms and conditions, you come up to a big block of text and you agree to those terms and conditions. Perfect, perfect. If you go to the totem and do a download there, right, and you do I agree to terms and conditions, because it's a URL, it'll swap us over to your web page. Perfect, lovely. Okay, so that's really great, showing that you can use terms and conditions to do either. Now I will just get out of there and get back into my main portal. Good, as an admin user, great. And okay then, right, Nigel asked, how do you activate the direct URLs? Sorry, I should have shown. Going over here into settings, and this is the interface that has been developed in the last few releases, so I'm sure you're all used to this. We can go up to configure information page, right? And if you are not seeing the direct URLs, they are sitting over here in the hanger, okay? You click the plus sign there, and it'll then appear in the information page. You can then drag it around wherever you want it to be in the information page, and that's how we configure the information page, and that's a PHL feature from December, and you can refer to that webinar. Is that good, Nigel? If I explain that, just let me know. Thank you very much. Okay. Yep, good, perfect. Okay, then right, back to the blog over here. Right, okay, so that's hyperlink terms and conditions. All right, now then, we get working up to the fun one, Google Analytics, but here, last one here, some more reports. So if we just go over here into settings and we go to reports, you will see that we can now look at our top keywords, right? And we can look at our top tags. Perfect, right? So 2 more reports in there. Perfect, lovely. Okay, now then. Now we're getting to the fun time of the webinar. So as I said to you, I want you all to look at this URL, or alternatively, if you just, I'll just walk you through. If you just go to our website, databasics.com.au, and just have a look at Flight by Canto and just click on the online demo, right? Either part, right? That will take you to the website demo. And while we're doing this, is the next feature over here is Google Analytics. So this again is a setting. So over here, if I just go back in settings, you can see Google Analytics over here in options. So you just go into Google Analytics and you just put in a tracking ID. Now then, Antra set ours up because she's a Google Analytics person, but it's a part of your Google Analytics account. You create a site. And what that does now is over here, I've got our Google Analytics, right? So you can see some different people logged in. Now then, I'm looking at the real-time view. So I'm just going to update a few different devices here. And I'm going to wave at the chats outside. Yeah, okay, good, lovely. So get some more people logging in. You can see, great, so we're getting more pages showing, some more people have jumped in there. You can see here, A P means it's a portal, so that's the website demo. Somebody's logged into the website demo. You can see this is me. I'm in my configurations Google Analytics page. That was the one that I looked at over there. Somebody's jumped into all files over there. Perfect here. I've got another fourth user. You can see on the locations, this is showing you, you know, like we're actually far north Queensland, but oh, look, we've got some Sydney people logging in. Perfect. This is picking up from your ISP. So this is showing us our real-time analytics. Perfect, guys. Now then, you can look over here in behavior and you'll see the different active pages being used and the different levels of page views. We can look at our different locations. So, yep, everybody's coming in from Australia. No, you know, this is Google Analytics, right? So we use this on our website, but you can see a whole range of different things happening here. If I do a preview over here on my iPad, that should also update over there. Okay, perfect. Yep, and great. Right. Oh, Andrew says that the audio seems to be lost. How many people have lost audio? Oh, no, other people are saying they're okay, Andrew. Maybe that's just at your end. Okay, no, okay. Good, good, good. Well, in any case, look, you can see people are logging in. This is great. Thank you very much for participating and getting involved here, but you can see that we're getting lots of analytics coming in. This is absolutely perfect. Of course, if you're running this out and you know you're a major organisation and maybe you've sent out a you know, an upload link or a download link to a whole lot of images and you want to look at people's usage, this is the real time. You'd probably come over to some of the other resources over here, like looking at some of the other pages here, which show statistics over time. You know, this, for example, I know one of the people dialed in at the moment from a major public sector organisation. They probably do a lot of PR and releases out to the press. This would be perfect for you guys to judge how many people are actually accessing the content. Now then, besides this, don't forget, of course, over in our main flight portal, we do have our standard reports. So over here, and we do have our login history, right? So that shows you all of the different people logged in, Daniel, myself, just put Janix logged in, you know, I've got a whole lot of people different logged in. So you do have all of these reports. You do have things like top downloads, you know, all of the reports that you guys know. I'm sure you know all about this sort of stuff, which is great. But with Google Analytics, it gives you a different view of the content. I particularly think the real-time view is great. This is something, you know, I know Entra has this running a lot when we're doing promotions off the website, on our main website. But say, you know, like with these features that we're talking about over here, when you start having direct URLs to content, of course, these are going to trigger when people come in and start viewing this content off your website, you know, so you're going to get this showing over into analytics as well, which is great. Okay, now then, perfect. Now I'm pretty done. As said, this is our third webinar of the year. At any time, you can go to either our YouTube channel or you can go to our blog and see the webinars that we've done so far this year. For some of you, you might really look at the Dan for Fast Moving Consumer Goods webinar. That was really great. We also did one for the PHL release. This will be the last webinar for this quarter. We'll be picking up in May. Again, you'll get notifications out through the usual channels. You'll see the webinar landing pages off our website. Now then, right, okay, yes, good. You got the audio back, Andrew. That's great. Yeah, that's just a bit there. Are there any questions by anybody? You know, happy to answer any questions. I'm sort of pretty interactive. Most of the people know me here. You got the handouts, those two handouts, the flight brief and the Slack and flight better together handouts. They're really good. Okay. Okay. Yes, just a little bit about how you, just over here in settings, right, that was go over here, configure information page. What you are going to find when you log in, right, is the direct URLs are going to be sitting in the hanger over here. It was a feature added with LHR, and what Canto did is they didn't put this straight onto your information page. They put it in the hanger. Any part of your interface can sit on the hanger. So say if you don't use versions, for example, you can sit that over there in the hanger. You don't have to use it. Right? You can then click back to add it there. Put that one back, you know. Okay, put that one back over there. Good, you know, so you just click the plus sign to bring it over into your information page, and then it will be there. Right. All right, okay. You'd like to quickly show how you do the photo directly off the iPad. Is that right, Dean? Is that right, Dean? The bit that I showed at the beginning, right, which is if I just swap around back over here, right, and swap to my air server here. Yep, okay. So this is how do you take a photo? Yeah, okay, and I've just got it in this mode. So if I just click it's the plus button in the bottom right-hand corner, right? That's a different interface thing for your smart devices, right? So if I just click that, here I'm on an iPad, so it shows the different things here. So if I take a photo here and point that out the window there and hold it steady and hit the plus, great. Use photo in bottom right-hand corner, okay? And you can see that's starting to upload directly there. We can add some metadata, hit apply, that's uploading. So that's coming straight into Flight off my iPad. This could be off your phone, right? You could be just using an iPhone or an Android, whatever you like, in the field, just taking some photos. I understand why you'd be asking for this, Dean. So there we are, good, hit the close button and interface updates, and we should have that photo showing there. Yeah, perfect. There we are. And if I swap back to my main page over here, yep, go back over here. I can't point on the iPad with the showing. I can point on here. Yep, you can see I've got that photo and that photo. These are the two that I upload directly off my iPad, coming straight into my portal. Has that answered your question, Dean? Yeah, great. You're cool. Great. Okay, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. And if you do have more questions, of course, just let me know. Just let me know. Or let Jack and Daniel know. We're all here to help. You know how to contact us, just phone number or just info or just whatever you like. And thank you very much for being a great audience. Thanks for jumping in there with that Google Analytics. That was spectacular. It's difficult with a dozen people in the office getting enough attention for everybody to log in. You guys were great jumping in there and just asking away there. That's fabulous. Thank you so much. Okay, so wrapping up. So yeah, this was the What's New in Flight LHR webinar for March the 28th of 2017. Again, thank you very much, and I look forward to catching up with you in person, on the phone, email, social media, or at the next webinar. Thanks, guys. Bye.